Welcome back, everybody, to Katawa Shoujo, episode 102. I misinterpreted the name of this scene. I thought the scene was called To Become One, but the scene's called Unidentified Drinking Object. My bad. Anyway, we're in Lily's room. They're in their PJs. They're gonna get drunk, isn't it? This is the drunk one. Something I should have anticipated giving a play. Right, so yes. The only thing that really seems out of the ordinary is several piles of books sitting on the floor, each reaching from roughly knee height to waist height. Some of them have printed titles, others are entirely blank except for dots of braille. The fact that the ones with printed titles are uniformly in English is interesting, though not completely unexpected. She did mention her parents impressing the language upon her and Akiba, after all. Your room looks nice, Lily. I wouldn't say, oh, good, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know, would I? Because I'm blind, you fucking idiot. God, you fucking stupid sometimes. You're so fucking slow sometimes. I want to bat you with the edge, you stupid twat. I hear a call of thanks from beside... Thank you! Thank you! I hear a call of thanks from beside my shoulder. Looking back to Hanako, her gaze is fixed on her lap and her hands are nervously clutching her gown. It's now I notice why. With these clothes on, the extent of her scarring is far more visible, reaching down her neck and out of the corner of her right shoulder. Considering this is party for her, she doesn't really seem like she's enjoying the experience now that I'm here. So, how old are you turning? 18? 18, huh? Yeah. That's how. Calm down. Her look of surprise, not at all helped at all by her total lack of skill at hiding her feelings, shows that she was trying to mentally tune me out. This is really quite awkward. Yeah. On the plus side, there's only 2 more years till you can drink, so who's older, you or Lily? Lily. She has her birthday in February. What about yours? Earlier this year, so it's already passed. Unstated, this is that it's past while I was stuck in the hospital. That was a particularly low point of the experience. Conversations of her dries up quickly, as expected. It isn't long before Lily's finished preparing our drinks, setting them down in the 3 teacups in front of us. I pick mine up, immediately noticing a much stronger aroma and taste than the tea we've been having. Huh. Tastes different from the tea we have in school. Yeah, this is my specialty. I put a little... I Irished up this coffee a little bit, you know what I'm talking about? A little bit of Bailey's. It's a different variety. It's a different variety, rather than the kind we've been having here. You've never tasted orange jaipur before? Not, that I can remember. I usually drink coffee, after all, when we were in town. It's nice, though. As we settle down and sit, Hanako seems to become more relaxed, or at least a bit less tense about my presence. We all finish our cup at about the same time, with Hanako failing rather badly at hiding her anticipation for the cake that's sitting to the side, begging to be eaten. Come to think of it, I'm feeling very eager myself. Eager for that cake. God, fucking darn the cake. Calm down, Sam. First things first, though. Lily? Yeah, now is good. Each of us knowing exactly what the other means, I lean sideways and dig around in my bag for the doll I brought Hanako, as Lily gets up and retrieves her gift. Hiding our gifts in our hands, we present both of them on the table at the same time. Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Happy birthday to you! It's a time for birthday! Birthday for you! Hanako silently sits looking at them for seconds on end, out of sheer surprise. My little wooden doll, replete with Victorian-era dress and little hat, lies next to a light brown and fluffy stuffed bear from Lily. It's like, oh, 2 cuddlies. She clutches at her gown, and she moves to speak, not taking her eyes off the modest presents. Thank you, Lily and Hisao. Oh, yes. Hugging each other. Hugging over Tina. Yeah, just, there you go. Yeah. She's sitting there like, yeah. Yeah, can you just... Move your arm a little bit. Yeah, you go. Yeah, you go. Just hold it a little bit tight. Yeah, you go. Yeah. Just now. Now kiss. Just no. Okay, no. Sorry, you dirty bastard. You're not directing a porno. Her voice begins to crack as Lily reaches forward, wrapping her in a soft embrace. The sight of Hanako holding Lily so tightly is heartwarming and boner-inspiring. Pops a boner. Pops a heartwarming boner. So much so that I couldn't wipe the smile off my face, even if I wanted to. As Lily gently rests her face on Hanako's head, she speaks so quietly and softly that I can barely hear. Happy birthday, Hanako. Happy birthday. Hanako gives a small nod, holding on to Lily for a time before breaking off and wiping an eye. I guess that for Hanako, simply having someone, anyone, to be there and love her would be special. The fact that Lily and I can now share that role for her is something I think I will always be grateful for. Hanako gently takes the doll and teddy bear, holding them both to her chest as she warmly smiles. For a long time, all three of us simply sit in happy silence. The quiet is not broken until Lily's soft voice beckons. Shall we have the cake then? Have at the cake. Her proposal is met with 2 looks of unhidden anticipation. No argument from me. Okay. Phew, that was good. I am full. I contentedly sit back, both Lily and Hanako looking just as satisfied with the food as I. It took some effort, but we managed to finish off the cake in one go. I don't think I could fit any more in. I think next time I'll buy a smaller cake. Hanako and I give a chuckle, but I can't help noticing that come this time next year we'll have graduated from Yamaku. That fact is somewhat depressing, since I finally feel as if my life is starting to get back into some kind of order. Idly looking around Lily's neat and orderly room, her books catch my eyes once again. This may be a little impetuous, but my curiosity gets the better of me. Besides, I don't think she'll mind in any case. Hey Lily, do you mind if I take a look at one of your books? You're quite welcome to, Hisao. That said, if you can overcome 2 language barriers, I'll be quite impressed. 2? Braille and... oh, right, English. She gives a nod. I knew you were studying English, but I'm still amazed that you're this proficient at it. One could say it's a perfect way to avoid people borrowing my collection. Ha! Ha! She says it in jest, but I'm a little disappointed. Having all these books around me with no way to reading them feels like one big tease. Hanako giggles quietly as I reach over the closet pile, plucking the topmost book with a only cursory glance. Death on the Nile, in large letters on the cover, is the only printed text to be seen. Isn't that a Poirot book by... oh, shit. What's her name? I'm pretty sure... I got them up there. Oh, I don't... Oh, God. Agatha Christie. Isn't that one? It's an Agatha Christie book, Death on the Nile. From the Poirot series she did. I like Poirot. I used to watch. They've been doing it for TV. I really like watching it. It's very good. The actors are awesome. I've forgotten his name though. I sit down for a while with the book open on my lap as Lily and Hanako talk. Try as I might to feel out the dots of braille printed on each page, they seem to blend into one another and become indistinct. I'd thought this to be a lot easier than it actually is. With some practice, though, I could see someone with a better sense of touch than mine managing to read it at a pretty fast speed. Noticing a silence that had probably begun earlier, I look up from the dotted pages to see Lily smiling at Hanako as Hanako sips another cup of tea. Is something wrong? Quite the opposite. Your curiosity is quite endearing. I am inordinately pleased by the praise, though I can feel my cheeks heating up a little. Thanks, but I don't know how else I could act. To be honest, I wasn't altogether sure of how you saw us, since you were a new transfer student from another school. If you'd pitied us, I would have been quite offended. There was a certain edge to Lily's voice, one that I'd quite possibly place as pride. Glancing over to Hanako, she seems more subdued than usual, looking towards Lily rather than me. I wouldn't worry about that. Considering the position I found myself in, I'm perhaps the last person that should be dispensing pity on others. My parents' first interjections with me after my heart attack. I wouldn't want anyone else to see that kind of face. Oh god, did he sing about parents then? I catch myself from going any further, but not soon enough. Both of the girls seem to be put off, Lily especially. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have gone that far. An awkward silence reigns for a few beats, thankfully ended as Lily's head peeks up as in gesture I've come to easily recognise. Hear something? The door. Everyone looks towards it, trusting in Lily's senses. True enough, the door handle shudders and turns, a flash of yellow and black slipping through. Akira Sato in the house! Happy birthday, Hanako! Thank you. Akira takes a seat at the table. She plops her tall bag down beside her. She has her trademark boisterous air about her, making no small deal of her entrance. Hanako clutches her gown to steady herself, but doesn't appear too shaken after she settles down. I guess she must have met Akira before. Not a huge surprise, given how close Akira and Lily are. Akira doesn't seem to be at least put off by Hanako's scarring, despite its prominence, but she also doesn't pull any punches in how she acts, despite Hanako's shy nature. I thought you said you had work, Akira. Did you manage to get off for a while?
Kinda. I feel bad about ditching the guys doing overtime, so I gotta get back soon.
Why am I doing Welsh? Damn it.
But I felt bad about not coming to your cute little Hanako's birthday too. So far, now I'm here.
She begins wildly at Hanako. What was the other voice again?
Alright, yeah, how's it going? Come here to stuff like I know.
Maybe that's the voice I should give her. She grins widely at Hanako, who flowers into a full blush as she pins her eyes downwards towards her lap. Her mouth seems to widen then retract over and over as if she was trying to suppress a smile out of embarrassment. It's a little strange how her reaction seems to be more immediate and forceful than when she's embarrassed by the way she looks. All she manages to give in return is a tiny nod, failing to hide her appreciation to any great extent. Not that many people would give her positive attention, I suppose. It makes me respect how well Akira can handle her, making her so happy compared to what little I could do.
Now then, before I go,
Akira is now Welsh too. She reaches into a bag beside her and grandly displays its contents. Out come 2 large glass bottles, both with long French names on the label. Hanako's expression is an odd mix of surprise and curiosity. I suspect mine's no different. Lily, not seeing the proceedings, is oblivious to what's going on. What is it? Akira, this isn't... What is it? Wine. 1 red, 1 white. Akira, that's... Akira!
Relax. It's not like Disney's here to scold you.
Lily has a point. That's not exactly allowed on campus. Well, anywhere, really. We're still short of the legal drinking age, remember? Man, please about 18 being the legal drinking age are crazy.
Rich words for someone practically drooling as they examine a bottle.
She got me there. I'm genuinely interested in trying some, even just a little. While Hanako may not be handling one herself, her look does tell me that she's far from opposed to the notion as well. Lily rubs her forehead, giving up the fight that she knows Akira would win, due to simply not caring enough about these funny rules and regulations. Just don't breathe a word of this to anyone out in the school, please. I beg of you.
I'm not stupid, don't worry. I said, I gotta get back to work pretty soon.
So soon? But you only just arrived.
Sorry, Lily. Good to see you two again, though. And you, Hisao.
See you later, then. Goodbye, Akira. She levies herself up with a grunt and waltzes out of the room, leaving us alone with the 2 items on the table. I like how I've just changed them from Scottish to Welsh, because I can do Welsh easier. Interesting. Lily gives a nervous giggle at her sister's antics, and Hanako takes a wine bottle.
Chug.
So... What do you think, Lily? She rests her elbow on the table and pinches the bridge of her nose. Thinking things through, she really doesn't seem to be able to keep up with her sister. Well, it's already here. Might as well have some. No sooner does she say that than I take a quick glance around the room for glasses. A small groan above me reminds me that Lily retired to the rest on her bed for a few minutes ago. Almost completely drained of energy, I managed to stand up and drag myself to the side of the bed, sitting down and leaning my back against it. Good God. Lily's groan sounds lifeless. Too much to drink? My head hurts. Oh, God Christ. 1 fucking bottle of wine. Jesus. I'm so drunk, I can't even tell out what my name is. Yeah, too much to drink. Rest my head back and idly stare at the ceiling. What an unmitigated disaster. Like proper idiots, we all drank the night away with 1 glass after another. Hanako simply fell to the side asleep. It's a miracle I don't feel as ill as Lily. Hey, Hisao. I'm sorry about today. I didn't think this would happen. It's fine, Lily. To tell the truth, I had a lot of fun today. Really? I think Hanako did too. No, she certainly did. There's a short silence before another groan resounds from the supine Lily. You okay? As you said, I just drank too much. What's the time? The time? It's... I quickly look at my wristwatch. Its numerals barely legible in the gloom. It's like, well, I think it's like 5 past. Shut up the fuck up and drink some more. Oh, this stupid alarm. 5 minutes past this time, you shut the fuck up and have another glass, eh? You're gonna love. So, are you trying to get me drunk? About midnight? Curfew's in effect then? Yeah, guessed as much. We'll have to sleep here for tonight. As soon as I say it, I hear the sheets moving as Lily starts to sit up. Hanako. Oh no, go back to sleep. Don't try to get out. It's how I have to. You're in worse shape than me by any stretch. Get some rest. What about... I'll grab some spare blankets and put them over here, don't worry. As I give a deep yawn and stand to retrieve them, I hear her lie down with a soft thud. Thank you, Hisao. No problem, it's the least I can do. You look outright wasted. You look wasted, you look absolutely hammered, girl. Oh, man. That girl, you look hammered. Can't even believe how drunk you are. You're such a lush, you are. Oh my god, you should blush. I'm not wasted, just a little bit tired. She starts pouting, a slight slur beginning. I'm just tired, you know. A slight slur beginning to distort her words as the alcohol takes hold of her again. Takes hold of her. I find the intrusion of alcohol in this really weird. I grab a couple of blankets rolled up at the end of her bed. Quietly walking over to Hanako, I carefully lay the blankets over her peacefully sleeping figure, making sure not to wake her up. The thick smell of alcohol coming off her breath makes me doubt she'd wake up no matter what I did, though. I stand and take one last measure of the room. 2 girls, both very drunk, and 1 guy sleeping overnight with them in the female student's dorm. What a scandal that'll be if it broke out. Oh, Hisao, you dog. You dog, you.
If you touch the women, then I will break you. I will break you.
As I move to sit down at the side of the bed, I steal one last glance at Lily. Her sprawling, dishevelled figure lies resting peacefully, slightly turned to the side. I crouch down to get a better look. Oh, he's like... I'm watching you sleep, Lily. Her white skin blends in with the white pillow of the bed. A look of slumber-born peacefulness on her face. Usually she seems so confident and forward, always there and caring for Hanako. Now, though, she seems painfully delicate. I think back to Hanako's presence. I thought it'd be a nice occasion for her, but I'd hardly expected it to be so moving. One birthday after another, year after year. Just she and Lily. She and Lily alone, all alone. I guess it wasn't just the presents she liked. Reassigning myself to an uncomfortable sleep, I sit down at the side of the bed once again and rest my tired arms beside me. Hey, Hisao? Why are you staring at me? Lily's voice is so quiet I can barely hear it. She must be on the verge of sleep. Yeah? Thank you. Thank you for what? For being here. That's okay. As I hear a deep breath, it's obvious Lily's gone to sleep. After closing my eyes, it doesn't take long for slumber to take me as well. Bunch of fucking drunks all asleep in her room. Ah, it reminds me of some fun times that has. Oh, bloody good times. Hisao? Hisao, are you? The soft, barely audible voice lingering in my ears slowly wakes me. I wish I could be awoken like this more often. With a mumble, I slowly open my... Whoa! Ah! Taken by surprise at the face hovering curiously mere meters away from mine, I make our heads collide with a harsh thud. The impact of our foreheads causes both of us to fall backwards and yelp in pain. Lily sounding more like a squeaky toy than a person. I slowly rub my forehead with one hand, supporting myself with the other. Oh, Hisao, you dope. Lily lies a few feet ahead, doing just the same. Her face obviously pained. Oh, sorry. Her face was kind of close and I acted on reflex. You okay? My head. It seems like she's not actually okay. Come to think of it, I doubt the impact alone is what's causing her head so much pain. Hungover? You drank a fair bit last night. She silently nods in confirmation as I lather myself up. I offer a hand to help her up, to help her back on her feet. Glancing behind her, I find that Hanako is still fast asleep. It's not fair. I only drank as much as you did. It's very different. He's like, well, I'm a fucking hardcore drinker, you're a bit of a lush, so... That's very different from what I remember. Anyway, girls have a lower tolerance than men. That doesn't help. Fine, I'll get you a glass of water. Just be careful not to trip over Hanako. I rub the sleep out of my eyes, or at least some of it, as I walk to the counter. Tending to someone with a hangover isn't the way I like to spend a morning. It only takes a few seconds for the glass to fill, the clear water reflecting the silver of the light. The sliver of light that makes it through the thin curtains. It looks like Lily's taking a seat on the side of the bed. I walk over to her while taking care to step over the peacefully sleeping Hanako and place the glass into her outstretched hands. Thank you. No problem. I take a seat next to her, the soft bed having a surprising amount of give. She drinks slowly and methodically. A long silence passes with only Hanako's soft breathing to be heard. With some measure of guilt, I look at Lily's face and attempt to read her expression. Her brow is furrowed, and she looks to be lost in thought. For a moment I hesitate, but eventually place a hand on her shoulder in an attempt to reassure her. I didn't expect her to flinch, rather noticeably at that, though. Sorry, I didn't mean to... Lily quickly shakes her head, in a manner somewhat more violent than usual for her. She takes a long, deep breath to steady herself before letting her head sink. I must look terrible right now. I move to protest, but quickly realize it would be futile to do so. That said, I want to open up. I want her to open up more. If you want to talk about anything, I'm here. Lily gives a half-depreciating snort, as if to mock her own emotions. There's just a lot happening right now. I'm sorry for being so strange recently, especially back when we were in town. Even now I'm a bit confused about everything. Believe me, I know how it feels. She smiles wistfully, resting a cheek on the backs of her fingers. We're a couple of broken young fools, aren't we? Come on, don't say that. Come graduation, we're back out into the real world. The real world? Sometimes I surprise myself with the way I think about things. I guess the strange divorced feeling of Yamaku and the surrounding town compared to the outside world still hasn't become natural. School and uni is not the real world. Don't worry. Maybe it never will. It's strange. In hindsight, being isolated from society like this doesn't feel as bad as it probably should. A wary grin on her face. Lily seems to share the same sense of amusement at the idea. Eventually, though, her smile drops. I'll be going back to Scotland for a week or two soon. I'll be going back to Wales. Is that why we had to reschedule Hanako's birthday party? She gives an affirmative nod. You'll be able to see your family again, at least. You're not looking forward to it? I haven't met my family in 6 years. Wow, Jesus. I don't even know how to act around them anymore. Damn, wait, what? My mouth hangs open as I try to process what she said. If she's 18, that must mean she's been only 12 when they left. I may have seen very little of my parents, with them both working long hours, but that's... I feel utterly useless as I struggle to find some way to respond. But why? Why did they leave? Or why are you inviting Akira and I... Or why are they inviting Akira and I back? Both, I suppose. My father's business has his headquarters in Wales. As an executive... in Wales. As an executive position. Became available for hire then. For him there. In the end, he had to move permanently. My mother followed him, but Akira and I stayed in Japan for the sake of both Akira's job with the Japanese branch of my father's company and my education. As for the latter, one of my aunts is gravely sick. Oh, sorry. Don't be. It feels strange, really. We're being summoned there for her, yet we've barely met before. I can't even remember the sound of her voice. Equally strange is the total lack of antipathy she feels towards her family for doing such a thing. I can't help feeling slightly humbled. That said, her wistful exterior is just hiding her emotions. Seeing her like this is depressing. It's very depressing. Knowing what to do, I lift myself off the bed. Lily notices the bed's movements, her head perking up and her hands reaching sideways to feel where I was. Hisao? I walk over to my bag, still leaning against the wall. Unbuckling the front flap and retrieving the opaque bag from within. I take the small plain box in my hands. Hold your hands out, Lily. She looks surprised for a moment, but eventually acquiesces. I'm amused by her look of curiosity when I place the music box in her open palms. Her typically delicate way of handling it making it seem as if it were fragile enough to break if breathed on. She wordlessly brings it in front of her face, her slender fingers feeling out its contours and patterns. Eventually her fingers find the recessed line between the lid and the body of the box, and her thumb effortlessly pops open the lid. I take a seat in the bed next to her, watching her face silently and intently. She sits completely motionless as she listens to the diminutive tiny melody, her mouth just slightly open. It's a terrible song. Shut up. Take it back. It takes a long while before she closes the lid, with a small snap, bringing the curtain down on the miniature performance playing in her hands. The smile on her face, gentle and wistful, shows that I made the right decision. Think of it as a going-away present for your trip to Scotland. I will. A restless shuffling can be heard from the floor in front of us, the sound having woken Hanako. She climbs out of the blankets I put over her, looking befuddled and wiping the sleep from her eyes. I see her finally up. What? Hanako looks around the room, with her eyes half open, her mind far from being as awake as her body. Her dazed state makes me and Lily chuckle. As Lily gets off the bed and tends to Hanako, I take one last look around the room. I guess I better get going then. There'll be questions if I'm seen leaving the girls' dormitories in the morning. Goodbye, Hisao. Oh, goodbye. I stand up and walk to the door, picking up somewhat lightly my somewhat lighter bag along the way. After I leave the room and enter the hallway, though, I hear Lily's footsteps behind me. What's wrong? Without a word, she strides up to me and I freeze as I feel her hand slide onto my cheek, seemingly every nerve taking in the feeling of her fingers and palm upon it. Oh, a little kiss, is there? Oh, it's on the cheek, is it? That's lovely, isn't it? Immediately after, her face slowly moves next to mine, a light momentary touch of her lips brushing against my other cheek. For a moment, everything seems to stand still. I absent-mindedly bring my fingers to my cheek, as if to try and recapture that fleeting feeling. Lily. That's my thank you, Hisao. Thank you? For your present. Have a nice day in school. He's like, I was hoping for a little bit more than that. No? Okay. It's like, well, I guess I'll take a kiss on the cheek. Whatever, it was nothing, And with that, she disappears behind her door and gently closes it. The muffled voices of she and Hanako audible through it as much as they were yesterday night. I think I'd be hard-pressed not to have a nice day after that. He's like, oh, I just popped a cheek kiss boner. I walk away with a certain spring to my step. I think there were some people around that glanced at me emerging from the girls' dormitory buildings, but I find it difficult to care. He's just like, oh! Oh, it's gonna be a good day. Oh, if I can't wait to have a good day, and I just kick something on the floor. Oh, I didn't have a good day today. Oh dear. Do 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 ba ba da ba da ya ba da ba do ya ba ba ya ba da ba do. Hit-chan! Go away. Hit-chan! Leave me alone. Come on, Hit-chan. Let me sleep. After 2 nights of not being able to sleep at all, the last thing I want to do is be woken when I finally manage to. It may be the last period of class with a textbook as my pillow, but I'll take whatever sleep I can get by this point. See, Hee-chan, even Shi-chan wants you to get up. I don't care what Shi-chan wants. Shizune wants. Leave me alone. Jeez, Hee-chan, I'll just have to wake. What? Wait, Misha's gonna... You... This is bad. You don't have to... I can feel my face flowering into a scarlet red blush. The students still in class are sitting bolt upright and staring at the shouting fool who was sleeping just moments before. It's like, oh my god, you have to grab my balls, Misha. Christ. It's like, I'm awake. I can't have to crush my balls to wake me up. Jesus. Damn it. I let my head smack down on the table with a notable thud. I haven't done that laugh in a while. Misha's trademark uncontrolled laughter reverberates through the classroom. As I turn my mournful eyes to the bespectacled Shizune beside her. She carefully adjusts her glasses, desperately trying to maintain a look of serious disapproval. Narrowing her eyes, I can see the badly hidden grin spreading across her face. Et tu, Shizune? Shizune looks away quickly as she crosses her arms tightly, barely on the edge of her control. Misha's laugh doubles in volume as she glances at Shizune. All I can do is drag my hand down my face in resignation. You two. Who was the one who was slipping and killed that, Hichan? Yeah, it was me. Poor Hichan was having a fit trying to wake you up, weren't you? I remove my eyes back to the standoffish Shizune, who, with a single huff of confirmation, returns to looking away with her arms crossed. Why was Shizune trying to wake me up? Hichan wanted to give you the handouts the substitute teacher gave out while Hichan was sleeping. Handouts? Yeah, what the fuck? I suddenly find 2 sheets of paper thrust down into my face. Following the hand holding them, I see the still pouting figures looking down at me with a distinct scowl. I guess I really am in the wrong here. Sorry about that. No dice. No dice! This ain't over. Her irritated face still holds. I clasp my hands together and flick my head downward in apology. Very, very sorry. She huffs and simply drops the papers on the desk. Damn. I look up over my hands to see Shizune and Misha signing frantically to each other, a look of frustration on Shizune's face. It looks to be less of a dialogue, more of a tirade, punctuated with a sidelong glance at me. To say it's unsettling is an understatement. The two suddenly stop signing and look at me in unison, both having exactly the same look of disapproval in one fluid motion. Misha's hand suddenly extends high above me and comes rocketing down. Oh, Jesus fuck. Oh, shit! Oh, my God! Before I can even hope to react, my head is sent bouncing up and down like a jack-in-the-box. I quickly bring my hands to my head, more out of reflex than an actual pain. Ow, what's that for? Oh, fuck. Oh, Jesus. I open my hands to see the two grinning at each other while exchanging an enthusiastic thumbs up. Shi-chan said she forgives you now, Hee-chan. Could you forgive me with a little less force next time? I love doing Misha's voice. It's really fun. I put like a lot of effort into it. I look at the two with a blank face. This is a good back and forth. I like this. This bit's very well written. I look at the two with a blank face. Misha and Shizune, 1. Hisao, 0. Oh, Shi-chan also says you should check your student mail more often. She produces a bright yellow envelope and hands it over with an exuberant grin. Strange. Could have written me a letter. Now is not the time, and most definitely not the place to find out, though. Giving up on the nap so cruelly stolen from me, I rub my forehead and slowly get up, putting the sheets and envelope in my bag before swinging it over my shoulder. I take a step back and move to depart with a small bow, while Misha clutches her sides, laughing, and Shizune nods back in a curt farewell. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. A brief history of time. Ah, yeah! Time, not thyme. Time. Time, but not as in time, as in like rosemary and thyme. Are you going to Scarborough Fair? Rosemary and thyme. Where you going? Scarborough Fair. Strawberry Fair. Right. Thanks for watching, guys. This has been Katawa Shoujo. Least path is fun. Ringe path was like hard to follow. This is quite a simple, fun one. Pretty well written, actually. Thanks for watching, guys. It's been Katawa Shoujo, episode 102 or 3, I'm not sure. And I'll see you next time for more fun times. Say goodbye, kitty. Say goodbye, kitty. Say goodbye. She says goodbye. Meow.